Okay, guys, we have to study about the composite functions today. So far, we have discussed the functions. When can a function be defined? What is an undefined function? How to determine the domain and range of the given function. So we have to discuss the composite functions today. Before I go on to the composite functions, let me ask you that if M means a reflection, okay, in x-axis, and R means um, a 90 degrees clockwise rotation about origin, okay? So now suppose there's a triangle A, that is your um, object, the triangle A. Do you know what do we mean by M of A? Hmm? Let me draw that quickly over here. Now suppose this is your triangle A, okay? This is your triangle A, okay? So if I reflect this in x-axis, so I have it here like this. So what should I call this triangle? This triangle is now M of A, okay? And now we have M of A. What if I rotate it now? This M of A 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So this might come here like this. So what should be the name of this triangle now? Hmm? You
R
guys,
of M of A.
this would be very good. This is going to be RM of A. Okay. All of you, bacho, please, did you recall that you have done this in your O levels? You had first of all M of A, and then you rotated this image about the these through these conditions. So you got R M.
mic on है.
Yeah. Yes. So this is R M of A. What if we had to find M R of A? So would that be the same as R M of A? What would you be doing first if you have to find MR of A?
Rotation.
पहले rotate.
You will rotate it first. For example, when you rotate it, it might be coming towards.
सिर्फ same ही नहीं होगा. सिर्फ RM of A और MR of A same नहीं होगा.
Okay, let me take an easier example because this is. 8 seconds. Let me take an easy example. Instead of a point, I'm just taking, instead of a triangle, I'm just going to take a point over here, okay? If I reflect this in x-axis, this is the M of A, which is going to be 5 minus 2, okay? This is your M of A. Now, if I rotate this about the this origin over here, okay? So I'll have this somewhere over here, after a 90 degrees rotation, this would be coming over here. This is your RM of A. And this would be, mapping onto -2, -5. Okay, this is your RM of A. Now, if I rotate this first, if I find R of A first instead of this M of A, so that would be here at this would be simply R of A. That is going to be the point -2, 5. This is -2, 5. Sorry, 2, -5. Okay, this is 2 comma minus 5. And now if I reflect this here, so this would be m r of a, which is going to be 2 comma 5. So what do you say? Do you see, do you still think that r m of a is going to be same as m r of a? क्यों बच्चों?
No,
Please,
sir.
please be vocal about it, okay? So these functions are going to be and operations like, these transformations. So if you have a function, f of x, and then there is a function g of x, you might have to find fg of x or g f of x, or maybe f square of x, or maybe g cube of x. Have you heard of m square of a, or r cube of a, or maybe r inverse of a? I'm purely talking in terms of these transformations, the rotations and reflections here. So are you familiar with these terms, m square of a, r cube of a, r inverse of a?
So now with R inverse.
Hmm? If your r is a 90 degrees clockwise rotation, so what would be r inverse of a?
90 degrees anti-clockwise.
Just a minute. I was asking about this r inverse of a. So if your r is 90 degrees clockwise rotation, so what would be r inverse of a?
90
Sir,
degrees anti-clockwise.
anti-clockwise rotation.
Yeah, that will be 90 degrees anti-clockwise rotation. Okay. So you must be familiar with this R inverse of A. So like you must have tried these F inverse of X, G inverse of X in your O levels as well. Okay. So that is basically going like reversing that process. Anyhow, so I wanted to give you an idea. I wanted you people to recall that you guys have already done this in your O levels where you were combining these transformations. So combining the transformations is just like writing the composite functions. Okay, composite and combined actually means the same. Okay, Acha, now let's see how to write the combined or the composite functions. Let's learn that thing. Okay. Okay. When you have this, suppose there is, I will not be writing the domains now, okay? We're just going to focus on the expressions. Now, suppose you have f of x, which is 2x plus 3, and then you have g of x, that is x squared minus 1, okay? So, you know that how to find f of 2, hmm? That is 2 into 2 plus 3. You know how to find f of a, that is 2a plus 3. You know how to find f of a plus 1. So that will be 2 into a plus 1 plus 3. Now similarly, you can be asked to find f of x squared minus 1. So you see, when it was f of 2, you replace your x with the 2. When it was f of a, you replace your x with the a. And in this f of a plus 1, you replace your x with the a plus 1. And when this is going to be f of x squared minus 1, so you will replace your x with the x squared minus 1. This is going to be 2 into x squared minus 1 plus 3. Now this x squared minus 1 is actually, this x squared minus 1 is basically your g of x. So when you're writing it like this, you're basically writing fg of x. This is your fg of x. Is it clear? Suppose you have to write
Yes, sir.
write gf of x. How would you do that? Yes,
Sir, 2x plus 3 whole square minus 1.
exactly. Because now this x will be replaced with this 2x plus 3, which is your f of x. So this would be 2x plus 3 whole square and then minus 1. This is 2x plus 3 whole square minus 1. ठीक है? अच्छा, अब देखें, suppose let's take another example, or maybe we can take questions from the book. Okay, So we have here, let's try these questions. Now, the first question, you have f of x is there, you have the g of x. It says find fg of 6. Okay, I think before we do that, we should do that question number 4. It says, let me make some space here first, and then we try this question. Okay, now you have this f of x, you have this g of x, and then you have to write g f of x. Okay, your f of x is 2x plus 3. I'm just ignoring the domains right now. So it's 12 over 1 minus x. So I need g f of x. So that means you have to substitute f into g or g into f.
F into G.
F into G.
Yes. So g has to be there, and then you have to find this g f of x. Okay. So like if someone asks that what do we mean by rm of a or mr of a, so rm of a means rotating this thing, rotating the reflected image, and mr of a ka matlab hai ke reflecting this r of a. Okay, so we're going to do g onto this f of x. Okay, so this is going to be 12 over this 1 minus 2, this should be in the brackets, you know? 1 minus 2x plus 3. That is your g f of x. And what if you had to write fg of x? So that would be 2 into 12 over 1 minus x plus 3. That will be your fg of x. fg of x. Okay? Now suppose you find g f of 1. So you can simply put 1 here. This is 12 over 1 minus, this is 5. So that is going to be 12 over minus 4. That is going to be minus 3. G f of 1. Now some clever students, what do they do when they have to find g f of 1? They don't find this, okay? They say, okay, let me find f of 1 first. Okay, f of 1 is going to be 5. And then when you find g f of 1, that simply means you have to find g of 5. Can I say this is also g of 5? You see, you have x over here and you have 5 over here. So that is purely your g of 5. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Acha. Now we can go back to the first question. Okay, in the first question, it says, okay, here is the first question. Okay, now it says, find fg of 6. So you should find g of 6 first of all. Okay, g of 6 is going to be under root 9 minus 2. That is 1. So when it says find fg of 6, so for you, you must take it as you're finding f of 1. Finding f of 1. Okay, so please try these questions, maybe these first 4 questions, and then we move on to the next questions. Okay. Now in this first question, you have f of x, which is x squared plus 6. You have g of x, which is under root x plus 3 minus 2. So I believe you people can write down the expression for fg of x. Now fg of x would mean the square root of x plus 3 minus 2 whole square plus 6. And if you have to write this gf of x, so you see that this would be the square root of x square plus 6 minus 3, and then you have minus 2. So that would be x square plus 3 minus 2. Similarly, you can also write f of x. So that is going to be x square plus 6 whole square plus 6. That is like, putting f back into f, doing that f twice. Okay. Like if I ask you that, what do we mean by m square of a? So doesn't that mean this is going to be m of a? Or if I ask that, what do we mean by r square of a? So that means r of a. You have rotated something and then you're going to rotate that image again. That is r square. So that is what this f square of x mean over here. So this
Sir?
f of x, yes, just a minute, beta. This f of x also means f square of x. Yes, beta. Yes.
सर जो g of fx आपने किया उसमें +3 नहीं होना चाहिए x square plus 6 plus 3.
Oh yes, this is +3 and this is +9. Yes, you're absolutely right. Acha. So now you have to find f of -3. So let's do that. F of -3. Okay, so what you must do in this case is you find this, like this is the C part, okay? So you find what is f of -3. So f of -3 is going to be -3 squared plus 6. That is going to be 15. So when you find f of -3, that would be same as finding f of 15. So that would be 15 squared plus 6. Okay? And that is going to be 231. Okay? Achha, you try doing it this way as well. Like, you know, your f of x is basically x squared plus 6 squared and then plus 6. Now let's find f of -3. So that would be -3 square is 9 plus 6 square plus 6. So you see that is same 15 square plus 6 like this one over here. So they are both the same. So you can find the expression first and then you can substitute, or you can find this part first and then you can find this f of -3. Yes? क्यों बच्चों? So you can try this exercise 2B. Okay, you can go on to up to the maybe question number 10, 11. Okay, you must try this up to the 10th question. I'll talk about this inshallah in tomorrow's class. So this composite function was a very simple and a very short kind of a subtopic under this topic of functions. Okay.